The training camp fire hose remains unbelievably turned on. Something new basically happening every single day. We did sadly get official confirmation that my guy, Chris Brazzell, is going to be out for the remainder of the season. Underwent season-ending knee surgery for a moderate LCL tear. It's a bummer. It's honestly, you know who it's bad for. It's actually pretty bad for Tetairoa and McMillan. But if you were doing any round 18, Chris Brazzell, that is over right now. To me, one of the biggest news items that we got today was that Chris Rodriguez said, quote, "The plan is to be back for week 1." To me, that is not a particularly great sign. That is actually probably a pretty bearish sign for Chris Rodriguez, because that would insinuate that he is not going to be practicing very much at all this upcoming year. That is not great. That is not great, and sets up our boy Bhayshul Tuten to be the starting running back. I mean, honestly, to me right now, basically the unquestioned starting running back, I think, probably for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I think Tuten has to be shooting up draft boards right now. Got a couple wide receiver 3 battle updates. Jordan Rodriguez did list Kanata Mumfeld as the current leader for the wide receiver 3 job for the Los Angeles Rams right now. To me, you know what that reads like? That reads like my guy Terrence Ferguson is in fact the real wide receiver 3 for the Los Angeles Rams. Malik Benson, who is one of the guys who is a candidate to be the, one of the outside wide receivers for the Las Vegas Raiders, has been taking some first team reps there. Sounds like Benson, Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Naylor, and Thornton have all been rotating for those positions. So maybe a little bit around 20, on DraftKings. Is Leggett draftable at all with Brazzell going down? I mean, maybe. I guess on DraftKings in a 20-round draft, I could see it. I don't love it. I might rather take a stab on one of those Raiders guys. Can I make you feel better about having 29% Pearsall? I can't, brother. I did find out yesterday I have 11% Pearsall, which felt like a bit much. GM. Am I worried about Jeremy Bernard with the ghost of Roman Wilson showing up thus far? I have a little bit less Jeremy Bernard than some of my fantasy football compatriots. I know that Karain really likes him. Actually, the ETR guys are quite high on Jeremy Bernard as well. So I find that to be interesting. I'm not really worried about Roman Wilson. I think your concern with Jeremy Bernard and any potential wide receiver 3, honestly, wide receiver 3s across the league right now, your concern about them would be if everyone really is playing all this 12 personnel. If Darnell Washington is going to get the contract extension and play a ton, I think we're just going to see a lot of wide receiver 3s get squeezed. I mean, that's just the way it goes. GM Sammy, GM Jose. 8% Pearsall, 3% Brazzell across 800 drafts. Still feel pretty bad. Brother, you are one of the lucky ones. I mean, you got to say at this stage that you are one of the lucky ones, because I am positive I have a good bit more Brazzell than that. 3 more, by the way, for the Drafters Survivor Contest. Promo code Davis will get you guys in over there if you want to come in and hang out. Great way to support the channel. Just got a new update from one of the 49ers beat writers. Quote, "This doesn't look good for Pearsall. I think it's reasonable, rational, logical for the 49ers to not expect Ricky Pearsall to make any contribution in 2026, which is my expectation as well. I have moved my guy Stribling way up in my rankings. Jaden Higgins, Texans coach D'Amico Ryan, said Jaden Higgins is taking a year to jump. He used that phrase to describe both Higgins and Woody Marks. We'll see. We'll see about that. All right, very first survival draft here on Drafters. I am drafting out of the 12 spot. If this format is new to you, functions very similarly to the Underdog Eliminator. Key difference, though, instead of doing head-to-head matchups, 25% of the field gets cut every single week, but then goes to a 125-person final. So slightly different strategy than you would do in the Eliminator, in my opinion. definitely gets you towards I think you would want to slightly weight yourself towards stacks. That honestly, that would be my opinion. And you know what? My rankings are out of date. So I need to, how do I delete these rankings? Rankings. These are cooked. Well, let me just sort by, I'll just sort by ADP instead. There you go. Because the rankings that I had in this app were cooked. They were old. Drafters is Drafters is just another best ball site. That's all it is. Promo code Davis over there. Yeah. Just more options out there. Any opinions on the Underdog acquisition? Also love the Drafters content. I don't really have any opinions. I hope that they continue to support best ball contests. Very excited for all of my friends. I mean, Jeremy Levine built it from the ground up. I hope all my friends, Rudman, Hayden, Josh, Peter, Jack Settleman, I hope they all are getting big, nice payouts over there. But yeah, I don't know anything. I've not been told anything. Nothing has been said to me, as it should be, right? GM Chad, my 28% pre-draft T-Ferg feels pretty good, as it should. All right. What do we want to do here at 12? I guess in this format, running back points are going to be at a premium. This is a new contest, so I'm not going to have to be worrying about any huge like ADP risers or fallers. Like, you would be totally fine to select DeJon Stribling at a new cost on this one. So I will be targeting him. Really, it's really just any riser in general. Is it possible that Deebo Samuel and Stribling cannibalize each other if Deebo signs with San Francisco? I mean, definitely yes. Yeah. If you are a big Stribling drafter, you do not want them. You do not at all want them to sign Deebo Samuel. That is worst case scenario. All right. I'm just going to do the chalk here. Going to start Jefferson and Barkley. Jefferson, too good of a pick. There should be, I mean, I guess we'll see how this draft goes, but there still should be some running backs that I'm interested in over there. Baker Mayfield not playing on a new contract this year. I find that to be pretty interesting. So he is playing on a 1-year deal right now. Good motivation to play through, although maybe not great motivation to play through an injury for Baker Mayfield. The last time Baker Mayfield played through an injury, the Cleveland Browns unceremoniously let him go. That one is pretty interesting. Tua Tagovailoa returned to practice, participated in individual drills. Puka Nacua probably not getting a contract extension till offseason. The Denver Broncos, there are multiple players lobbying for Taysom Hill to be signed with the Denver Broncos. He is not going to be returning to the New Orleans Saints, which I think is pretty noteworthy. I tell you what, Taysom Hill signing to the Broncos would be so annoying for all. I mean, it'd be annoying for Ingram. It'd be annoying for all the wide receivers. This is full PPR, my guy. Full PPR, best ball over on Drafters, the way that God intended. Do we have any other big news or notes from today? Not really. I mean, the biggest news to me was that it doesn't seem like Chris Rodriguez is that close to returning for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We did get a new quote from Odunze about his foot injury. So he's talking about the new normal quote that went around. Rome said, I really didn't articulate it well. Honestly, that's not really what I meant. I just kind of meant that I had an injury. That's it. That's football. My foot feels great. My foot feels amazing. The training staff here, the training staffs I work with in the offseason, all the work I put in to get it right. Honestly, it's not even really something that I think about anymore, which I think is the best thing you can have after an injury. I know new normal, that has a bunch of connotations of chronic and severe, like it's never going to be the same. It's not like that at all. I'm completely fine. I went through the process of my recovery and rehab, and it's been great. Obviously, I do my due diligence and all those things. Being out sucks. That really is the number one thing as a football player, any athlete. You don't want to be out, practice game, whatever it is. Went through my process of getting that right, and I feel amazing. So that's pretty interesting to me because I've certainly been below market on Rome Odunze, and it seems like that is probably wrong if you're using health to justify it, which for me it is not it's not full health related. I mean, a lot of it is Luther Burden related, but it's at least nice to know that it seems that Rome is not having any concerns. I did have a decent amount of Brazzell. I had like 10% Brazzell, so not great for your boy. That's okay. We will recover and we will persevere. We are going to take, assuming I do not get snapped here, I'm just going to press the button on one Mr. Javonte Williams. Yep, bang. And then Jalen Waddle. So a Barkley, Javonte, Jefferson, and Jalen Waddle start. What else do we have interesting here? Jordan Tyson already practicing back-to-back days. So sounds like the hamstring injury has not been super limiting for him. Rico Dowdle and Jalen Warren have both been doing all of the first team running back work with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Today, Rico Dowdle was the first running back to get a touch. Yesterday, it was Warren. Does seem like that's probably going to be a relatively equal split until one of them differentiates in season. More Parker Washington hype. Day 2 for Travis Hunter. Played significantly more snaps on defense than on offense. Bucky Irving is back at Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice with no limitations. Irving had shoulder and foot injuries at the same time last fall, but it was a shoulder ailment that forced him to have surgery. Todd Bowles said he feels fine. He feels great. He's full speed. He's full go right now. Obviously, when we get in pads, we are not easing him back from anything, so we feel pretty good right now. If you're a big Bucky guy, that's got to feel pretty good. Mental note. This is from my guy, Zane. He pulled this from a Matthew Collier article. Kyler Murray and Jordan Addison have spent the last 2 months this offseason working out together. This is a big one for me. Jaden Blue has put together some nice plays in Cowboys training camp. And Schottenheimer had a quote today that I thought was pretty interesting, where he said Jaden Blue knows his role. So the idea that Jaden Blue even has a role on the team and isn't like on the outside looking in of getting a roster. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the concept of Jaden Blue having a role, that feels pretty good to me in terms of him being a running back too and having some function like in the passing game. Because that was Jaden Blue as a prospect was a passing game guy. That was what he profiled to have an impact on, right away in the NFL. Thought there was a great quote from Devin Achane. Don't know if you guys saw this, the Achane quote, which is, they asked him about his goals for the season. He didn't say anything about winning the Super Bowl. He didn't say anything about, what he said? He said, I want to lead the NFL in rushing. I want to lead the NFL in rushing. So there you go. When asked about hallmarks of the Bobby Slowick offense, he said, running the ball more, no problems with that. We want to mix it up a little bit. Slowick does want to be more of a running team, and I'm okay with that. So yeah, it does sound like there's going to be lots of Devin Achane and Malik Willis running that. I did not see that Travis Hunter and Trevor Lawrence are staying late together, but again, that is more music for my ears as a Travis Hunter believer, a Travis Hunter drafter. All right, let's do... And I don't really want to take Rome. Is this a P-Wash team? This might be, you know what? Let's do it. Bucky and P-Wash. So we have Jefferson, Barkley, Javonte Williams, Jalen Waddle, Bucky Irving, and P-Wash. This is a survivor-ass team, man. The streets are calling Jacob Cowing this year's Parker Washington. That would be quite a call from the streets. Not even saying I disagree, but man, that would be quite a call from the streets. You never know what the streets are saying. Jacob Cowing, I guess, will probably make the opening day 49ers roster. I did see yesterday they brought in 3 different wide receivers for tryouts. So rip to the Pearsall bags. Marshawn Lloyd has been taking first team reps. The team wants to keep building his workload during the camp. There's been no update on Josh Jacobs' legal situation. During 11-on-11, Lloyd got started with the second unit, outrunning defenders for a touchdown. He later took some first-team reps in Jacobs' place, as LaFleur noted the plan is to keep building up Lloyd's workload. Obviously, quote, Jordan Love said, obviously, we know Marshawn's gone through a fair share of things. To have him healthy, to have him out here is great. That's a guy we need to have out there because I know he's going to be a special playmaker, someone who can make those big, explosive plays. I saw a tweet from my guy, Sam Sherman, today that I'm inclined to agree with, which is I think there is a strong argument to be made that he is one of the best picks on the board right now. If we didn't know his name and he was just an undetermined guy, like you just took running back X or whatever, running back Y, he would be one of he would be steaming up. People would be jumping over themselves to draft him. I'm moving Marshawn Lloyd way up my rankings on Flock. I think he is one of the better. I think he's one of the better picks right now. Like you get into this running back range. So we get down here and you start getting to the Camaras, the Pachecos, the Samsons. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I think I might like Marshawn Lloyd more than all of those guys. Diggs definitely makes sense for the 49ers. He would not have crossed paths at all with Shanahan. He would have been the end of his tenure in Minnesota. He would have been there with KOC, I believe, 2019. No, he wouldn't have. So he would have been Mike Zimmer. Then he would have been Bills. I guess the overlap would be Bobby Slowick is Shanahan tree, but doesn't have any direct experience with any of the Shanahans, unless there was someone that I'm forgetting early on in Minnesota. Norv Turner. Yeah, so no direct overlap with Shanahan. Booty catching consistent big downfield passes. Yeah, that situation is just very curious to me. I think that whole, like, is Kayshon Boutte actually going to be traded? Maybe not, maybe he won't be at this point. Oh, wow. Trevor Lawrence already went at pick 82. I definitely do not want to be quarterback. I think is very important in these eliminator formats. Getting a spike week from your quarterback is pretty big. What do I want to do here? Because I don't think I want to do what's the odds that I get a Knicks? Knicks is at pick 108. I would be playing it pretty fast and thin. Let's do Herbert and let's do Jonathan Brooks. I am totally buying the Jonathan Brooks stuff. I'm ready to buy the Topperino on Jonathan Brooks. I just want to keep buying. I can't help it, man. I'm like a moth to a flame. He's this year's riser. We always say that risers don't rise enough. And I think we have our answer. I mean, this is our guy. This is the riser who has not risen enough. Jonathan Brooks should be going ahead of Chuba Hubbard, I think. Carolina is another team that are live for one of the free agent wide receivers. So I disagree with that because I think they're happy to just run. I think they're just happy to run their 11 personnel with the guys they have right now. And if you're Diggs, if you're Deebo, if you're Keenan, do you want to go play with Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers? No, I think naked quarterbacks are generally, I think they're fine. The reason why you would want to have the stacks. So this format is a little bit different than the Eliminator in the sense that you are going to have some of these weeks, some of these slates where your whole team is going to kind of just bust, right? And one mega spike week, like getting your Alec Pierce, Daniel Jones stack is going to save you. It's definitely different than the head-to-head format. I'd be very curious what some of my math boys out there have about the difference between the Eliminator and the Survivor. I was in one of your little Dalmatians yesterday where you took Brooks at 80 and I kept taking a chance on Hubbard at 92. Yes. So I did the little Dalmatian. I just auto drafted it. And it looks like I ended up with a shit ton of Eli Stowers, which was unintentional. I got 71 Jonathan Brooks teams, a bunch of Deebo teams, a bunch of Tuten teams, a bunch of T-Ferg teams, bunch of Nabers, bunch of Stribling, bunch of Jadarian Price. So that was fun. So always do. It is a good time to do the auto drafted contests. Thoughts on a 49er starting lineup being DeAndre Hopkins, Odell Beckham, and Christian Kirk? It's heading that direction, brother. It is not heading in a very palatable direction for the 49ers' health. The substation, man. I was a doubter. I was a doubter of the substation. Turns out I was wrong. Turns out the substation, very, very real. I mean, it's insane. The degree to which the injuries have continued for the 49ers, I've never seen anything like it. Have you ever seen a team this decimated? Well, all their key players, too. It's just like torn ACL here, torn meniscus there. Well, Christian Kirk is going undrafted because he's already hurt, brother. Christian Kirk already injured his calf. All right. We are about to be back up. We are going to add in Harold Fannin as our first tight end. And I'm like a moth to a flame. I will. Oh, you know what? I can't take Worthy. I'm going to take Kyler Murray. So we have Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, Bucky Irving, Jonathan Brooks, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, Parker Washington, and Harold Fannin Jr. Even the coach, dude. Even the coach is injured. More receptions this year, Christian Kirk or Chris Rodriguez? Who, Hames? That is a great question you've proffered to me. I'm going Chris Rodriguez. I don't think Christian Kirk plays. He's already hurt, man. It's July 30th. It's July 30th. He's already hurt. I'm calling cap. Xavier Thomas has been rotating in with the first team. If you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you know Xavier Thomas is one of my favorite picks in the later rounds of the draft. Xavier Thomas, definitely sort of just a very interesting prospect in that he was not ever that productive, but is maybe playing out of position. Like maybe he's actually more of a running back than a wide receiver and kind of fits a role that no one else on the Bears does unless they think Khalif Raymond can do it as like the pure speed deep threat. He's kind of like, you know, he'd be like a Darius Davis type, but maybe with certainly with the ability to have an expanded role for the Chicago Bears. I think he is a decent round 20 guy. Jaden Blue buzz continues. Falcons doing a ton of 12 and 13 personnel. Not particularly great for my guy, Zachariah Branch. It's fine. But man, does any team have a worse wide receiver 2 situation than the Atlanta Falcons? I don't think so. My exposure to Ricky Pearsall up until this point is about 11%. Well, it's gonna be a lot less after I sync all my drafts. Here, actually, we can check. Let me just refresh this page. So I have completed, not including drafters drafts, actually, I think about 1,600 drafts, 1,677 drafts. Amongst all these drafts, Ricky Pearsall, I have taken 173 times. Yeah, not great, man. Not great. Although it looks like at least not that many in BBM, only 7 in Best Ball Mania. So only 7. Looks like my total, the highest total number of teams came in the puppy. So I think we'll be okay. Doesn't make sense to me to be out on Kirk because of a minor injury he has in July. I mean, that's just Christian Kirk's whole deal, though. The deal with Christian Kirk is he just never plays, right? I mean, that's the big issue here. Let me pull up the rankings page where it's easier to look. So Christian Kirk last year played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. The year before, he played in 8 games. The year before, I mean, he just gets injured every year. The Washington wide receiver 2 is bad just because they haven't made their signing yet. Once they make their signing, it will be different. I mean, we all know that, right? We all know Diggs, Deebo. I don't know, who are the other free agent wide receivers? Is there, we say Diggs, Deebo, Keenan. Is there anyone else lurking out there? 2026 wide receiver free agents. There's got to be some. Oh, I got to make my pick. We'll do Shakir. And then do I take another tight end or do I just be done at quarterback here? I'm going to try and push it at quarterback actually, and I'm going to take Diggs. So here are some other available wide receiver free agents. We've got Tyreek, we got Diggs, we got Deebo, Curtis Samuel, Noah Brown, Keenan. Oh, Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds is going to rear his ugly head. Sky Moore, Brandon Cooks. Cooks will definitely sign with someone. Gabe Davis will sign with someone, I bet. And Malik Heath will sign with someone for sure. Tyreek, the thing with Tyreek is definitely going to ruin someone later in the season. I don't know when it will be, but Tyreek is definitely going to come up on someone later on. That much is, I mean, I think you can basically guarantee that. I don't know if it's going to be the Chiefs. I don't know if it's going to be the Niners. I don't know who it's going to be. Someone is going to get wrecked by Tyreek signing in November, though. I think Tyreek is going to play football this year. Hot take. I do think Tyreek Hill probably plays football this year. Just not going to be until later. Why are we saying Ricky's out for the year? Because his PCL is torn. Or is it LCL? One of the two. One of the two. But Ricky's not playing this year. And that's just how she goes. Has there been any news on Antonio Gibson? You know what? No. I haven't heard a single thing on Antonio Gibson. And he would maybe be a little bit interesting actually. He would potentially be kind of interesting for one of these guys. Yeah, it's not torn. He's got swelling in it. The issue is, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this, like when it's the same knee or the same ankle or the same soft tissue that is always injured, I get very skeptical about that. You never love when it's the same thing. And it's probably not Ricky Pearsall's fault, but I don't love it. Where did I missed it actually. Davis, you're not on your P's and Q's. I definitely should have taken Stribling ahead of Shakir. That's me not knowing ball. Ricky seems like the best pick now. People think he's out for the year. I would not be doing it, but go with God, Scott. I just knee injuries early on in the season when it's a chronic knee injury, I have a tough time with that. It's either the substation or whatever packed CMC made to be healthy. Yeah, how is CMC not impacted by the substation? Of all guys to not be impacted by the substation, CMC just absolutely cruising seems crazy. Definitely need another tight end. We're coming into a nicer range for tight end picks for me here. I mean, McCaffrey is definitely going to catch a bazillion passes. Yes, we have talked about Rome's new comments, which were slightly enlightening to me, actually, to hear him recontextualize his knee injury. Now, as someone in the comments noted, it could definitely be the PR team that got to him. Well, someone did take Ricky Pearsall in this draft. I would like to take Oronde Gadsden here. Bang. And now we take Dylan Sampson, Herbert and Murray, Barkley, Javonte, Bucky, Jonathan Brooks, Dylan Sampson, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, P. Wash, Khalil Shakir, Diggs, Harold Fannin, and Gadsden. Parker Washington, Khalil Shakir, and Diggs are so funny. They are all the Charizard, Charmeleon, what's the first one? Charmander evolution archetypes of each other. So yeah, CMC and Dorian Gray and the rest of the team is the painting. That's a good bit right there. Did you watch a YouTube video on that? A YouTube recap of the picture of Dorian Gray. Shanahan is using the dark arts to steal other people's life force so CMC can have a healthy season. any league where I've taken CMC, I'm happy to do it. And in leagues where I don't take CMC, I'm leaning in pretty good to my guy, Kalen Black. What are we thinking here? I mean, Kalen Black actually good fit on this team. I guess standard roster construction 3-6-8-3 probably. Maybe occasionally you'd want to take 4 tight ends. I think with Fannin, I'm fine. This year in these best ball drafts, I am loving the 4 tight end teams. I feel like they're just fun. I don't know. This is probably because I am just too deep in the weeds in fantasy football in general. But like, I love to think about Pat Freiermuth. I love to think about Eli Stowers. There's definitely something wrong with me at this point. I am so deep in the fantasy football weeds, man. I'm dreaming about Darnell Washington, touchdown shares. It's pretty dark. Or not dark, depending on your perspective, actually. New video on tight ends out, actually, if any of you guys are curious when this one is done. But I've got a new video out on the Matic Fantasy Football channel about the breakout tight ends this year. I call it the Gary Barnidge rule. Every year in fantasy football, this is true. This is my guy Andrew Cooper's stat. Every year in fantasy football for the last 15 years, a tight end outside the top 15 has finished in the top 10. It's just a mortal lock. And there was a list of guys that I had locked in this year. By the way, and if you guys want to join in this contest, I don't know if you guys actually are going to want to join in this contest, seeing how good my team is, but you guys can sign up over on Drafters using code Davis. If you've already gone over it, if Rome is fully healthy, what do we think about the splits between him and Burden? I honestly think probably Burden 26% of the targets, Colson Loveland 22, Burden 20. That's my best guess, Crimson. Brazzell exposure, I'm going to keep it real, was not looking great. I did really like Brazzell as a late round pick. He was just kind of the perfect archetype of a late wide receiver, like a fairly fallow depth chart, just had to beat out Leggett to be a starter. Man, Deebo is a really good pick here. So I'm going to take Mendoza. And you know what? I can't take Deebo. Wow, do I take Deebo? No, I got to take T. Ferg. Come on, it's my first survivor. It's my first. Come on, I wasn't going to take T. Ferg in my first survivor. I think Stowers is a very good 20th round pick. Yeah, sorry. So Burden, 25, 26%. Loveland, 22%. Odunze, 18 to 22%, kind of depending. My mental math has Burden leading the team in targets. Most fantasy football analysts disagree with me. Most fantasy football analysts think that Loveland is going to lead the team in targets. And a lot of really smart fantasy football analysts think that Luther Burden is being overdrafted. I disagree with them. But, you guys are all smart men, and you deserve to have the truth told to you. And I will do my best to tell you the truth. I was semi out on Brazzell, then the Tep Big Slot with Brazzell thing came out, did 15 DKs for the promo. Oh, that is tough. All right, well, let's check the Brazzell here. 1,677 teams. Not as much Brazzell as I thought, actually. 117%. That's not that bad. Or not 117%. 117 teams. Brazzell, I've got cumulatively 7% Brazzell right now. I guess let's see how many of those are Best Ball Manias. Brazzell and Best Ball Mania, I have 5 times. So 5 zeros I've got in there. Where's Cooks at? You mean like Brandon Cooks? I don't think I've taken Brandon Cooks once. Max is on fire, says he thinks it'll be Loveland, but him and Burden are both going to the moon. Matt Harmon says that Rome's upside is like Devontae Adams because of how he moves, and says that Burden doesn't really play at all like St. Brown. So that's actually like a pretty good point that I don't necessarily disagree with. Burden doesn't play like St. Brown. They definitely have different skills. But just because you don't play like someone, like physically, doesn't mean you can't be used in a similar way. And what I mean by that is Burden's rookie year and St. Brown's rookie year, they both had the exact same average depth of target, 7.6. Despite the fact that they do play differently, they get the ball in similar parts of the field, right? Any Katron Allen buzz yet there? I mean, not from camp, but I think the Katron Allen buzz just comes from people saying that Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's not that good, which I disagree with them. I disagree that that JCM is not that good, but I see why people have that position. I don't think they're wrong at all. You know, like I can watch football. I can see what happens in a football game, and I see the things that JCM does not do that well. I mean, some of those JCM games when Daniels was out and Mariota was starting, it was some very uncomfortable looking football for sure. All right, this is gonna work out. I mean, man, yeah, dude, look at that. Tank Dell and Jeremy Bernard in round 17, 18. That's an easy double tap there. So Herbert, Murray, Mendoza, Barkley, Javonte, Bucky, Brooks, Dylan Sampson, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, Parker Washington, Khalil Shakir, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Jeremy Bernard, tight end room of Fannin, Gadsden, Ferguson. And there are a couple running backs that I have stashed away in my back little pocket just for this format. All wide receiver discourse is because nobody has good leads on who is going to positively regress touchdowns to. I mean, honestly, one of the most interesting things was just the lack of touchdowns scored by elite wide receivers just in general last year. So if you look at who led the NFL in receiving touchdowns, first off, only 7 guys with double-digit touchdowns. 2 of them were tight ends. One of them was T. Higgins. Another was Devontae Adams, where they were just all completely scammed. In terms of target leaders in the NFL, Jamar Chase only had 8. Olave had 9. Justin Jefferson only had 2. Wan'Dale had 4. Emeka Egbuka had 6. Like things went awry for the wide receiver position last year. The good news is 88% of my teams don't have Chris Brazzell. I don't know if this is my favorite best ball contest of all time, but it's definitely a very good one. I think this is going to be the contest that I max on drafters. I'm going, and I'm actually worried it's going to fill. I'm quite worried this contest is going to fill before I get a chance to max it. So I'm going to be drafting a ton of these drafters survivors here on stream. What's happening with Underdog is they sold to a European company because of their prediction market situation. And some people are worried that might cause them to not care as much about best ball. I don't know anything. I am very far on the outside. I know absolutely nothing. I only know what has been said publicly. Ooh, quote, Justin Herbert is dealing on day 2 of Chargers camp, hit Keaton Mitchell down the left sideline to start off. Hey, that is what I love to hear. Red zone rushing, death of the fade route, cover 2 shells, pushing targets towards the interior, etc., etc. Hey, struck by a parked car, you know ball, man. You just never know how long these things are going to last in the NFL. They always tend to regress towards normality over a very long. The game. Every time you think the game is solved, it isn't. I'm going to select Emmett Johnson with my round 19 pick here, and my final wide receiver. Oh, I mean, I was already talking. Well, do I want to do Xavier Thomas? Let's do Surratt. Bang. All right. Final team, my very first survival team: Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Fernando Mendoza, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, Bucky Irving, Jonathan Brooks, Dylan Sampson, Emmett Johnson, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, P. Wash, Khalil Shakir, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Jeremy Bernard, Elijah Surratt, Harold Vannon, Oronde Gadsden, and Terrence Ferguson. Hope to see you guys coming over there and join me. Use a little bit of promo code Davis and come and hang out. Support me, support the channel, draft a cool contest. And let's go hop on over to the dog app. See what's cooking over there on the lobby right now. All right. NFL, BBM, Chow. Let's do a BBM. I have 67 more. 6-7. Let's hop on in. The Cyrus Allen hype is going to get loud because everyone else stinks. It's a good point. It's a good point, Aaron. I do think he is looking a little bit better by comparison. What do I think Terrence Ferguson's ADP will be next year? It'll probably be pretty high because Colby Parkinson probably won't be on the team. So honestly, even if T Ferg is not that good next year, he's probably going to be jammed up. Yeah, look at all them sweet site credits, brother. That number is going to be, I tell you what, that number is going to be a lot lower here in a couple weeks, Andrew. That much I can guarantee you. That number is going way down. All right, we are drafting out of the 1.2 in a Best Ball Mania. We are drafting with Cormer 93. Cam has mad bars, Liberty Seed, Gallows Knight, Bitcoin, Dr. Martin Von Strand, Cactus, Boosted M4, Copa 1, Ian 15101, and Thad Morin. Well, let's have ourselves a little afternoon draft, fellas. Enjoy it. And let's draft a shipper out of the 1.2. Is Kalen Black confirmed the backup? I mean, he's not confirmed, but Jordan James is injured. So that's why people are aggressively drafting Kalen Black right now, is that Jordan James is banged up. How many people in the best ball community would rather draft than have sex? I mean, it's not zero, brother. All right, little Bijan Robinson to start here. Why is Kyron Williams a fourth rounder, is the lead back in the number one offense? It would be because my guy Blake Corum started to relatively significantly eat into his work over the back half of the season. Went from a 20% snap share guy to 35%, 40, 31, 34, 33, 46, 29, 25, 35. Yeah, the concern would just be that it ends up being a little bit more of a split backfield than it was. Any thoughts on the future of UD with the acquisition news? I don't know anything. My hope and thought would be that best ball would continue to exist. That's my thought. I don't really care about anything other than best ball continuing. Defensive sleeper Milan Van Uwijk. Trust me, Matic knows. I don't have that name in my list yet. I'm working on a very rough prototype of a tool for EPL best ball. I actually posted it in the Discord last night. So if anyone wants to check it, it's in there. How long until we are taking Cyrus Allen every draft? It won't be every draft, but I am happy. I'm happy to click him every once in a while. Probably a little bit more as a DK round 20 pick than a UD 18 round pick. Is Diggs better than Keenan Allen at this very moment? ADP not considered. Yes. Yeah, Diggs is better. Jalen Royals was getting a ton of hype this time last year. Mac Nova does no ball. Do I think Pearsall in the 120s kills BBM and DK Millie teams or drafted far enough out? I mean, holy shit. Yeah, it is. Justin Jefferson in the second round with Jonathan Taylor. What is happening? Walker, Cook, Barkley, Hampton. That is insane. I have not seen that pairing in a while. Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson. That's insane. I mean, people have won Best Ball Mania with like an Isaiah Pacheco 0. My guy Goods won the big board last year with a Joe Mixon and around 5-0. It can definitely happen. All right. Are you guys ready to see your new normal? You guys ready to see the new reality? I'm taking Malik Nabers. I moved Malik Nabers up into the second round in my rankings, and I'm happy to do it. My site credits are more than a top 50 finish in BBM. Well, I hope they lead to a top 50 finish in BBM. Easy to finish top 50 in BBM on site credits. And see, it didn't even matter because Nico Collins is still there. Wow, what a draft. All right, well, we're cruising. We're cruising right now. Bijan Robinson, Malik Nabers, Nico Collins. There you go. Mac Nova finished second in the DK Millie last year, and he had a bunch of zeros on it. You can definitely draft Raheem Blackshear if you want. How many Genty Bowers plus Mendoza stacks is considered healthy? Might need you to back away from the keyboard. Where do I draw the line on Nabers? Yeah, realistically, I think he should probably go ahead of AJ Brown. I think Bowers is the line for me. Why Nico Collins over Devonta? I mean, Nico's just a better player, I think. And frankly, has less competition for targets. I know AJ Brown is gone, but they drafted Lemon. They drafted Stowers. I think Nico has shown a more concerted profile of target earning. I mean, Devonta's great. Honestly, it's really just, it's an ADP gift thing too. Anthony Richardson, Jalen Lane. The Jaden Blue 0 is classic. Heard of injury concerns for Nico? Yeah, he did. He has had the hamstring issues. Wow. Observations of Life says, give me Nabers over Jefferson. Yeah, Devonta is definitely a little underrated because he's small. You know, people hate to see a short king prosper, man. They do. It's true. Dude, the CJ Stroud video was so brutal, man. It really was. I agree that the Nabers news makes the left side more interesting. And just think of all the other news alerts we're going to get. Things are going to be changing every minute, every hour for the rest of the season. You know, I love it. I love this time of year. It's true. It's true. I would not have done what Copa 1 did. I definitely would not have taken Josh Allen, Kyron Williams at 34, 39. Matt Nagy is the offensive coordinator for the Giants. Matt, name me the offensive coordinator Malik Nabers' rookie season. Name me the 2024 New York Giants offensive coordinator, and then tell me if you think that guy's good at his job. Because I bet off the top of your head, I bet you can't name it. Devonta Smith won the Heisman Trophy as a receiver, dude. Built different. Yeah, Nabers did move up 2 rounds based on a 10-second clip, but hey, I'm a Chiefs fan. I also despise Matt Nagy. It was not Shermer. It was not Shermer. Wow, dude, they are okay. Well, everyone in this draft is trying to ensure that I win Best Ball Mania. They're trying to say, hey, Davis, you know, you didn't get any sweet underdog equity. You're not getting a payout here, but we want you to win BBM. So why don't you just go ahead and take Bijan Robinson, David Montgomery, Malik Nabers, Nico Collins, and Luther Burden? We'll just give it to you, dude. We'll just give it to you. How long till JCM goes before Ramondre? I mean, Ramondre really should be a riser. right? Most obvious riser is Ramondre Stevenson. I mean, he's just the starting running back for the Patriots. By the way, Malik Nabers, because I do think some people forgot, he led the NFL in, whoa, that was, what was that zoom? Goodness gracious, that was horrible. Malik Nabers led the NFL in targets, targets per game. He only played 15 games. Targets per game as a rookie. 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns on 170 targets. I mean, we're talking a special player. Honestly, you know what, Hunter? You're right. I actually should have taken Tuten there because the price of the brick on Bhayshul Tuten is going up. When we do ADP chasing next week, Bhayshul Tuten is going to be on the riser list. I think, here's my prediction. By next Tuesday, Bhayshul Tuten is going to have an ADP higher than Cam Scadaboo. And I think Tuten can get all the way to the Javonte Williams, Kyren Williams range in drafts. Don't we have years of evidence to show backs like Ramondre eventually get mogged by backs like Stevenson? You mean Henderson? Yeah, that was Pro Football Reference. Yes. I mean, I would actually say this maybe is a little bit less true now because teams are placing so much emphasis on the run game. There's honestly probably enough on the bone for both of them to kind of be okay. Yeah, dude. I saw Nabers go at the 5-6 turn in the Eliminator. Isn't that insane? Wow, Matt Asiata. That's a name. The Matt Asiata 3-touchdown game. People forget. I don't forget. Swapped onto that in cash games. An all-time moment for your boy. This draft is wild, dude. QJ just went at pick 60. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Nabers Elam Bros are eating good. That much is for certain. I'm going to be drafting a lot of Nabers for the next 2 weeks. Once he gets to a more appropriate pricing range, then it's not going to be great. Wow, I mean, I was hoping to get BTJ. I'm going to take Jalen Warren. Wow, Mondre at 72. All Pearsall teams are dead. No, they're not. And I'm going to take Caleb Williams. So we've got Caleb, Bijan, Demont, Jalen Warren, Malik Nabers, Nico Collins, Luther Burden. We are cruising through this draft, lads. I got Nabers at 67 in a Chad Eliminator morning lobby. Well, that's the magic of Chad Candles, brother. Shout out to Chad Candles. You guys, all right, everyone in the chat right now, or in the comments, if you're watching this later, sell me the Jalen Coker pen, man. That's your job. Sell me the Jalen Coker pen. I think Jalen Coker is fine, dude. He's fine. Year 2 player, 1.4, 1.81 yards per route run. He had the really big game last year. He had a good playoff game. He had the 21 point against Dallas as a rookie. Sell me the pen, man. It's you guys got to save me from not being a cokehead. You got to sell me the pen. I actually did not move Dart up too much because, again, I was anticipating Nabers playing this whole time. I was never a Nabers doomer. Jalen Coker is a gangster. Jalen Coker's last game he played versus the Rams. He's a good young wide receiver too. Isn't Coker a round 15 pick if he doesn't have the playoff game? No Brazzell, no tight end, always going to be losing. PPR read a book about him and he's great. I don't know about saying sell me the Coke pen. Am I cooked for having less than 3% of Stribling? Hey, Chad. It's time to Stribling about Stribling for you, brother. It's time to start Stribling right now. Should consistently play 80% of his taps, and the targets are getting more consolidated every day. Okay. All right. Hey. I've pretty much fully capitulated on Parker Washington right now. Yeah, I am no longer fighting the good fight on Parker Washington. PPR doesn't like Tyson. Oh yeah. It's if he doesn't like Tyson, I'm sorry, but PPR does not know ball. It's sad, dude. It's sad. It's sad to see a young man like Tyler just show that he doesn't know ball. See, and this is why it's all going to work out, guys, because they're going to let me get Jonathan Brooks at this pick right here. We're chilling on Jonathan Brooks. And then we are going to slap the button. We are not going to take Dart. And we're going to take Michael Pittman Jr. And we are just going to keep printing money. Yeah, the time for nibbling on Stribling, it's over, brother. You need to have yourself a full 5-course strib dinner. I don't hate Tyson, but I think Olave mogs him bad this year. Definitely could be. All right, let's check the P-Wash exposure, man. 1,600 teams, 9.3% Parker Washington, 156 teams. Average pick of 77, 9.3% exposure. Hey, that's how it's done. That's how it's done, lads. Strip steak, medium rare. Honestly, dude, call me falling victim to the dumb beat. You guys can definitely tell me that I'm falling to the dumb beat. I'm worried about Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm worried about Marvin Harrison Jr., man. He looks rough and sounds rough. You know, he had the quote yesterday where he was talking to the Arizona beat writers and he's like, I don't focus on anything positive. I only care about the negatives. I'm like, all right, man, that's bad. P-Wash is the only guy playing the Puka role who hasn't jumped to the 3-4 unless you're a Michael Wilson truther. Young to Coker generated a 126.1 passer rating and their 2-year career mark of 0.672 EPA per play, ranks 15th amongst all duos in the PFF era with 75 plus targets. What percentage of your entry fees do I bankroll versus site credits? So I'm going to keep it 100% real with you guys. It used to be a much greater split between bankroll or site credits. It used to be like 75-25, but I have not had to deposit on either UD or DraftKings this year because I just got more site credits in my deal. When I went to negotiate my deals with them this year, I said, "Hey, can I get more site credits?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." So I if I had to spend the money, I would, but I just didn't have to this year. And trust me, dude, we can still run out. Matt LaFleur gushes about Micah Wilson. He gushes. Wow, Dart lasts all the way to 114. All right. Did leave myself in kind of a difficult spot quarterback-wise. I do not want to take Jaden Higgins. I don't want too many Houston Texans on one team. Yeah, we can do a Chow next, bro. We can do a Chow next. Dang. All right. Sniped on JCM. So let's do Kelsey. Kelsey and man, Dubs. Damn. Oh, dude. Oh, thank God. I just thought I got auto picked. Oh my God. I thought I got auto picked Ricky Pearsall. That would have been so brutal. No, we're going to take Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck is our quarterback too. Whatever. It's fine. Oh yeah, brother. I'm DFS. I'm DFS all day. I will be playing a good bit of daily fantasy sports this week. You better love Wilson if you're passing on Marv. Or maybe the Arizona Cardinals are just a bad team. Maybe the Arizona Cardinals just don't have, like, I know everyone loved the garbage time performance of Drew Petzig last year, but I don't know if we're going to I don't know if we're going to run back the garbage time offense from last year. Thoughts on the Arizona Cardinals. Here's a great example. Let me show you guys a great example of the garbage time offense running out. Do you guys remember my guy, one Mr. Blake Bortles? Do you remember this 2015 season? Oh, it was so fun, dude. Bortles, they'd get shit canned every game. They won 5 games. Allen Robinson had 80 receptions, 1,400 yards. Allen Hurns had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Julius Thomas was on that team. TJ Yeldon caught a bunch of passes out of the backfield. Denard Robinson was on that team. And then look what happened the next year, man. It got so dark, down to 23 passing touchdowns. And it was Allen Robinson sucked. Marquise Lee sucked. TJ Yeldon sucked. Allen Hurns sucked. Julius Thomas sucked. It's definitely not a lock that the Cardinals do the same thing again. Gotta have a club, Nick. Premier Pup 101. I just go I do Holland 101, but taking Bruno 101 would be fine. It's going to be worse than last year. Take a look at the schedule. I've not looked at the schedule yet, but I believe that. What role would Cyrus Allen play in the Chiefs offense? I mean, he would just probably be a better version of Worthy, right? He would just play that that like flanker or like Y role for Worthy. I play a little bit of NBA DFS, not a ton. I really just play whatever tools and stuff that exists on Run the Sims. Whatever is there on Run the Sims is what I do. As a Cards fan, the garbage time stuff is kind of fake. They were on their 6th-string running back by season end. Half the defense spent time on IR. They only had a healthy McBride and Wilson. Well, I mean, I don't think you're wrong, brother. Damn, Stroud went. Oh, tough. All right, I'm taking Stribling here. Stribling at 143 is gonna be an absolute jam. I am not out on Worthy, but if Cyrus Allen won a job, it would be Worthy snaps that he would be winning. Because I don't think he's not going to be the Tyquan Thornton deep threat, and my guy Rashee Rice is not getting benched, I don't think. Do we do Chig here? Small ADP faller on Chig. No, I'm going to take Omar Cooper Jr. That actually gives me another quarterback if I need it. Caleb Williams, Shuck, Bijan Montgomery, Jalen Warren, Jonathan Brooks, Nabers, Nico Burden, Michael Pittman Jr., Dejon Stribling, Omar Cooper Jr., and Travis Kelce. Which is worse, 5% Tuten or combined 58% exposure to the Cardinals' backfield? 5% Tuten is worse. The Cardinals' backfield stuff can probably get there. You know, they're going to be a lot of running backs can just get there via attrition. Am I solidly Stribling over Hunter? Yeah, hot take. Give me Stribling over Hunter. We're eating strib-eye steak tonight. Yeah, we are. You know what, Carrie? I'm going to send your message right now. I'm sending that to Jacob. That's so good. Strib-eye steak. That's so funny. I think the Cardinals will be terrible, but their backfield still seems fine. Yeah, I mean, Jeremiah Love's pretty good. Algier is going to get, we know what I don't know. And maybe I'll be wrong, man. Maybe Jacoby will be better than I think. What if the Cardinals don't get decimated by injuries again and are better than what everyone thinks? Could happen. Stribling is a name that gives a lot. It's true. Still blows my mind an NFL offense is being built around Parker Washington. Dude, imagine. Okay, what is Stribling's average draft position tomorrow if Mike Evans has a hamstring injury? What if? I'm saying it's possible. Blows my mind y'all are acting like Stribling is Jerry Rice. Honestly, what I'm acting like is that Kyle Shanahan is him. I do think this is probably what's going to happen, which is the 49ers are bringing back Deebo, right? That's what's going to happen. You can't let's look at their depth chart right now. So let's assume Christian Kirk is able to play. So this is assuming that Christian Kirk is able to play football this year. Their wide receiver group is Mike Evans, Stribling, Kirk, Jordan Watkins, Jacob Cowing, D-Rob, Malik Turner, and Junior Bergen. It's not a great group. Anytime you can take new Jonathan Mingo in the 7th. Here's the deal. I resent that. Can I say it's new Xavier Leggett? What if Shanny has amnesia from the car crash and wants Ayuk back? Now, I have not pondered that one, but can you imagine? Imagine you get amnesia and you say, you know what? Aaron Rodgers, welcome to the team, my guy. I haven't pondered it, but I'm open to it. Bringing Brandon Ayuk back would indeed be the best bid ever. I mean, that would be a true 500 move. We are going to select Brian Robinson Jr. for our running back room here, and we're playing fast and loose at tight end. It's probably not going to work for us. We're probably going to get killed at tight end here. 50 first dates, but it's Shanahan and Ayuk. 50 first dates, but it's Shanahan and Ayuk. That's a good bit. You know what? Technically, literally, it's so funny you say this because you're actually right. All that would have to happen for this to be a reality is Brandon Ayuk could just go from Virginia, fly back to San Francisco, and just show up to the 49ers tomorrow. Yep, there he goes. There goes Mr. Ferguson. Not meant to have nice things. It's so true. But he really Ayuk could just pop up and say, "Hey, I'm here. You got to cut me or you got to trade me or you got to play me." Do I have any idea what percentage of entry fees are state credits on DK or Underdog? I mean, it would be sub 1%. Would not be near as common as you think based on YouTube comments. True, Ayuk does have to apply for reinstatement. Has Shanahan played rookie wide receivers in the past, though? I'm not saying he's not a great pick above value, but I can't imagine anything earlier. I mean, your best case scenario, and this is crazy to bring up a guy who flamed out of the NFL this hard, but a young man by the name of Dante Pettis for the 2018 49ers. So Dante Pettis only played in 12 games and started out the year slowly, but in 2018 as a rookie, Dante Pettis came back from injury and kind of was sick. 4 for 77 and a touchdown, 5 for 129 and 2, 3 for 49 and 1, 5 for 83, 3 for 21 before he got hurt in that game. So Pettis Pettis would kind of be one of your best ones. Deebo, honestly, it's true. He did hang around for a long time. True. Trusting Brock Purdy did work out. I think Deebo played a decent amount as a rookie, if I remember correctly, actually. Yeah, Deebo had 900 yards and 6 touchdowns as a rookie for the 2019 49ers, was second on the team in targets. And then Ayuk played a decent amount, I believe. Yeah, Ayuk as a rookie actually led the team in targets. So Shanahan, it's the rookie. Wow, by the way, boy, did I fuck this up. I'm not going to get any tight ends. I got owned. Man, I did not play this right. I kind of ruined this team. Brian Robinson Jr., I'm an idiot. All right, got to take Freiermuth. Oh, not loving that. And then, damn, did Kate Otten go? Dude, I'm really cooked here. Jerry Jeudy. Sure. All right. Well, tough. All right, you guys are going to have to fix this. You guys are going to have to find me a round 18 tight end. Bijan, Nabers, Nico, Burden, David Montgomery, Warren, Caleb and Burden, Jonathan Brooks, Michael Pittman Jr., Travis Kelce, Tyler Shuck, DeJon Stribling, Omar Cooper Jr., Aaron Rodgers, Brian Robinson Jr., Pat Freiermuth, Jerry Jeudy, Tanner Hudson, Darnell. I could just take Klar, Jatavian Sanders. Take the Rams starting tight end, Tyler Higbee. Not doing that. You know what? All right, what does my Quant have? What does my Quant have for Cole Kmet? All right, guesses in the chat. Cole Kmet. It's not great. 22 receptions, 219 yards, 2 tuds. What does my Quant have for Charlie Klar? 15 receptions, 148 yards, and a touchdown for Klar. All right, what about Noah Gray, 38 targets. Nate Borkacher, 11 targets. Mo Alley Cox. Cade Stover? No. Come on. Luke Musgrave? No. Not great. Brock Wright? No. Adam Troutman? Taysom Hill? Justin Jolly? Schoonmaker? Joe Royer? Eric All? Michael Mayer? I wonder who made it so that all the good 18th round tight ends are gone. Dynasty question. Should I trade my mid 27 first Pollard for a 22nd and scat? Yes. Yes, you should, Chris. Eric All is a pretty fun 0. There's a page that has all the tight. Okay. All right. Where tight ends? Tight end? Tight end projection. Pretty bullish there on old T for Helm, Chig, Dulcich, Barner, Gesicki. He does not like Gadsden. Jatavian Sanders would be the winner. It'd be like it really would probably be Jatavian Sanders. And Njoku, so you can watch Young Shell. Ooh, you know what? Winner. Brad with the winner. My guy Brad found the winner. Oscar Del Perino. Ship it. What are my James Conner thoughts? He's definitely draftable, but he's going to be traded, I think. 12% Jatavian Sanders. I mean, you ran good yesterday with Mitch Evans getting hurt. Delp was Brock Bowers and Darnell Washington's backup at Georgia. Oscar Welp. Oh, dude, Raritan is also good too. Raritan's also good. This is actually a good reminder. Mr. Brad. Thank you for reminding me about giving away portions of $2 million.
I would love to send you $100,000. Anyone who signs up for Flock Fantasy using code Davis until week 17 in December gets a chance to win 5% of my winnings in fantasy football in this upcoming season. Any best ball contest, any big high stakes fantasy football contest where I take down a 6-figure prize, there will be one entrant randomly selected in December after week 17 who gets a chance to win a chunk of my portfolios. To sign up on Flock Fantasy using code Davis to enter into the drawing.
Look, nothing on earth would make me happier than shipping you guys money. It would be great. You can get the season pass is $34. That's like your redraft cheat sheets, basically my rankings, all the tools on the site, all that stuff. And there you go. What's 5% of negative $30,000? Well, it's still zero. Still zero. Kalar, look, I don't believe in the Kalar stuff at all, but my friends at legendaryupside.com think that he is draftable on DraftKings. No, the 5% is paid out in cold, hard American dollars. I will PayPal you, or I sent Bailey McAuliffe. I sent him $500 last year, and I would be happy to send any of you guys $5,000. Wow. Can you see the KLS clip? You know what? Sure.
You want to scroll the F down for Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm about it. I'm about it.
This is too good.
Someone slap the Keandre Lambert-Smith button. The first KLS reception, I was like, wow, he is the greatest wide receiver of all time. Is the 9th round too early for KLS? People are asking.
4.37, 40, played at Auburn. This is Darius Slayton vibes.
My thesis is at least not that he is Jerry Rice's kid.
A simpler time, man. A simpler time. We might need a Stribble clip. A Stribling. A strip. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we're gonna draft a Chow now. Fun little contest. $50 to enter. Only 5,568 entrants. $50,000 to first place. $25K to second. For this one, drafting with Barnaby, Zinner, Patrick Barnes YouTube, my nemesis, Brett Zeppelin, Grinch Hench, MV Pizzini, Bucky Plays, R. Smith, Steve-O, Ballhog, Got Tuna 95. Drafting out of the 3rd spot this time. And let's find ourselves a shipper. Why don't we? Why don't we just ship a little $50,000? Never hurt anybody. Little Jamar Chase action. Austin Hooper is back with the Falcons and you're baiting? It's true. Pete really did tout KLS on national television. Have we decided who this year's Hall of Fame game KLS simulacrum is going to be? No. The Hall of Fame game this year is the Panthers and the Cardinals. There's not really any candidates. I mean, it would have been Brazzell, I guess. But yeah, there's not really any candidates. Drafted Stribling twice today. Call that a double stribble. How's that? Is that it? That's something. That's something. Every time I get the second pick, I go for Chase. Hey, good for you, man. And then they never let Pete back on TV. Stribbed for her pleasure. Stribling about Stribling. Stribling about Stribling. Jimmy Horn. I think we're past the Jimmy Horn time of our lives. I could be wrong. I think I'm probably past the Jimmy Horn part of its life. I could see Brazzell not ruining the Tet angle. Why can't Liget just play outside? He can, right? Liget can just play outside. Stribs is going to be on every This Guy's Ranked 250 on ESPN video. Well, I really do hate to be that guy, but I am going to be that guy, which is I actually did a receivers video draft yesterday, and Stribling was the cover boy. The Hall of Fame game wide receiver is Kobe Prentice. Learn something new every day. Wow, A.J. Brown ahead of Chase Brown. I've not seen that one too often. Now, if Derrick Henry goes in front of me, I'm taking Nabers again. If Derrick Henry goes here, I'm taking Nabers again. And there's nothing that Patrick Barnes YouTube can do to stop me. Sorry, Patrick Barnes YouTube. Chasing Nabers, brother? Do I have a take on Cyrus Allen? I would not be taking him on underdog right now. I would not be taking Cyrus Allen on underdog right now. I think it's a smidge too thin. Keep in mind, we have gotten hype on Chiefs rookie. I mean, Justin Ross, Jalen Royals. This happens, dude. Now, I will say a big difference is there is no obvious veteran wide receiver 4 on the team right now. So Cyrus Allen could get some rotational stuff. I mean, that is definitely true. Davis is jamming Cyrus off stream. No, I promise I'm not. And I will happily take Jeremiah Love here, by the way. 3rd round Jeremiah Love is A-okay by me. What's my best CLV team? I would have to go search on flockfantasy.com using the best ball tools over there. I mean, I think I can search by like total ADP grade. Yeah. Oh, Carson Steele, Darwin Thompson. I mean, there's been so many, dude. There has been some dastardly bad Chiefs players hyped over the years, man. Elijah McGuire. Elijah McGuire. Elijah McGuire is a different player. Elijah Mitchell. So I'm protecting my heart a little bit. So if I sort by, I honestly, the issue for me is that, oh my God, Deneric Prince has got to be the worst one. That one was pretty bad. Louis Reese Zamet. Oh my God. Yeah. We're all trying to find the guy who did this. I'm nervous. The fantasy talking heads are all drafting Alec Pierce and just saying they're fading him publicly. I am legitimately not taking him. Alec Pierce, I have drafted 37 times. 37 times in 1,677 drafts. Generic Prince. I probably won't see the Spider-Man movie. I still have not seen The Odyssey. Hopefully this weekend. I'm protecting my heart until it's round 10 and Xavier Worthy staring me dead in the face. And hey, the Alec Pierce fade could definitely bite me. Probably, I mean, not even probably. I know exactly the deal right now with me and Alec Pierce, which is that I'm definitely I'm definitely pretending that him being injured means that it's safe for me to fade him. All right. Are you guys ready for me to believe in something? There you go. You guys say I don't believe in anything? How about 4th round Bhayshul Tuten? How about pick 46 Bhayshul Tuten instead of David Montgomery? Never say I don't believe in something. Alec Pierce is in the running for the worst click on the board, but he has the target profile where in best ball he could still kill you. That is what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about with him is that he could still smoke me just because he has the freaking 1,000,000-yard average depth of target. All right, I bet I have 0 combinations of this. Jamar Chase, Malik Nabers, Jeremiah Love, Bhayshul Tuten, and Jameson Williams. How is the guy coming off of breakout and payday when they lost their wide receiver to the worst click? It's because he is not a targets per route run demon is the issue. He's just never going to be a huge volume guy. Like even last year, his breakout year, he just barely got past 2.1 yards per route run, has never been above an 18% target share. Like I understand how he gets there. It's a hard profile to stomach at an expensive price. That is tough for me. Do I believe the rumor of the Monty Woody split? No, we know exactly what the Monty Woody split is. It's going to be 18 carries for Montgomery, 4 for Woody Marks, 2 receptions for David Montgomery, 4 receptions for Woody Marks. Yeah, I mean, Pierce will definitely rise when he gets back from this injury. It's funny that all you have to do in fantasy is fade the guys that did well last year and take the discounted guys. You know what? There's obviously I spend 30, 40, 50 hours a week talking about this, but you're not really that far off. You're really, really not that far off from kind of the central conceit of fantasy football. Would you rather have Hampton or Saquon in the second round after taking St. Brown? I would rather have Saquon Barkley. I do think that us thinking Marks is bad could bite us. Players get better. Yeah, he definitely could. DJ Moore at pick 50, by the way. I've not seen that one. Oh, I got to check. I meant to check the combos tool. So one of my favorite parts of the flock tool is the ability to check your combos in the middle of the draft. But I bet JMO Tuten I have like almost none of. And why can't those guys? Yeah. So I've drafted 1,386 underdog teams, and I only have those guys together 10 times. Very, very light. Yes, in the aggregate, this is true that fantasy points per game to last year correlate strongly with the next year. Do we do Burrow? Yeah, I'm just going to take Burrow. Burrow Chase. That's honestly a combo I don't have a ton of. In the aggregate, it is true, but there are, I mean, obviously this is why fantasy football exists. This is why people are watching my YouTube stream, is because there's so much of the nitty gritty that is the difference. Do I have enough pull to get this mobile slow version reverted? No chance. Nobody cares what I think, man. Who's this year's 2025 Pickens? I mean, isn't the most likely candidate Brian Thomas Jr.? I'm taking Ramondre here. Isn't BTJ the guy who just scores like 11 touchdowns and everyone thought he was kind of cooked, but he's just a huge win? I think it's probably Brian Thomas Jr., even going in a similar range of the draft that Pickens was going in last year. I think Marks only hits if his role changes drastically. He would need a huge passing game role. He just sucks as a rusher. Yeah, I got a comparison for you guys that I don't think you're gonna like. I've been sitting on this one. I was wondering if I should tweet this one. So, single season descending PPR points per game, running back 2025 regular season, biographical filter, year of player's career, first year, carries over 100. You guys are not going to like the comparison here. But Woody Marks and Quinshon Judkins, actually, you know what? Let me include this in the postseason because this will make them even closer. Because more volume for Woody Marks. Woody Marks, 9.5 points per game. Judkins, 12 points per game. Yards per carry, Woody Marks, 3.6. Judkins, 3.6. Success rate, Woody Marks, 46%. Quinshon Judkins, 40%. 171 total PPR points for Marks, 169 for Judkins. 832 rushing yards for Marks, 827 for Judkins. At least Judkins is healthy in a great situation. Judkins. Wouldn't this year's Pickens be a wide receiver 2 on a new team? Yeah, I just was thinking like a guy that everyone has mixed feelings on who is going too late in drafts for me. All right. I know who I want to take in the next pick, but I'm not saying it because I don't even want to put it in the universe for Patrick Barnes YouTube to take him. Oh, God, Patrick Barnes YouTube, man, just sticking it to me. All right, I'm going to take Laporta, and then I'm going to try and push Goff to 118. Browns last year were worse than the Texans. It's true. If you're telling me not to draft Judkins, you're preaching to the choir. Yeah, Waddle. I guess Waddle is this year's Pickens. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure everyone was asking, but is Pearsall even draftable anymore? I removed Pearsall from my rankings on flockfantasy.com. I actually don't mind Love and Michael Wilson together. The question is do I take Gainwell or White here? All right, we're going to push it. I am going to take Michael Wilson. I'm going to take Sophia Smith's husband. There you go. Crispy says Waddle is this year's Pickens. Is Laporta usually going before Fannin and Pitts of the world? They all go in the same range. I guess Pitts and Fannin go a little bit after. It's easy to draft Judkins with site credit. I heard through the grapevine they took Pearsall out of the sidekick. Yeah, I'm out on Pearsall. If Pearsall comes back in week 14 and burns me, I guess it is what it is. You know what? This is actually a good one to check on the flock prediction tool. I've not ran this one yet. So the Rome and Odunze closest comps are Corey Davis, bad. Gabe Davis, bad. Allen Robinson, who I guess came around to being good, but was bad his age 23 season. Pierre Garcon, Torrey Smith, Christian Kirk, Devonta Smith, Jamison Crowder. What if I change it to his age 22 season? Age 22 season, still pretty bad. Tony, Donovan Peoples-Jones. All right, let's change it to experience instead. If you change it to experience, it gets a little bit better. Deebo was a big jump. Keenan was a big jump. London was a big jump. Godwin was a big jump. So I guess it's just that he's overaged. That's the issue. The issue is that he was an overage prospect. Yeah, Burden being in there is funny. Hey, Will, you lock in, brother. Don't even let it bother you, man. Adam Randall is a good pick. Someone called Rome Rashad Bateman recently. That hits close to home. Pierce is plus 120 for 1,000 yards, better than third and fourth round wide receivers. Yeah, I just tend to not get too much signal. Wow, and I do get Jared Goff. I don't get a ton of signal from those markets because you can't bet no. Like, I could not bet Alec Pierce no minus 120 or 130 for less than 1,000 yards. So I'm not as interested in those markets personally. Would I rather have Igbuka, Tet, or Smitty? I would rather have Devonta Smith. You know what? I bet I have like no combinations of this. I have sold myself a good bit on Dalton Kincaid. I bet Kincaid Laporta teams for me. I bet this is legit 0. I bet 1,300 teams. I bet it's legit 0. Wow. 3 times on 1,386 teams. Yeah. Like legit almost 0. Pearsall dynasty value tank below a second. I would it would depend on the team. It would really depend on the team, green stuff. There would be some teams where I would pay a second for Pearsall. Does Laporta having back surgery cause any concern? I mean, I feel like it's concern. I feel like it's shown in his average draft position. He's like quite frequently going outside the top 100 picks. So I think there's got to be some concern. There's also some concern that J-Mo just mogs him. I don't take a ton of Laporta, but pick 94 when I was setting up a Lions thing feels fine. One NFC West GM said AJ Barner is a mini George Kittle. Could be true. Redraft question. Drafting at 101 with Gibbs. How comfortably do you feel clicking Love at the 2-3 turn? I personally feel pretty cozy, but a lot of people out there are concerned about Jeremiah Love or just the Cardinal stuff in general. I'm not really all that concerned. My knickers are not in a twist about the Jeremiah Love situation. Ooh, that's a tough pill. That's a tough pill, fantasy pill. 22% Pearsall. Arroyo was getting some hype yesterday. Yeah, I mean, hey, people forget we were kind of excited about Elijah Arroyo last year. Elijah Arroyo was getting drafted in Best Ball Mania last year. The reason you can't bet no on those markets, the books can cover themselves with injury. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows one-sided lines are not a particularly great deal. Why are all the best tight ends on bad offenses? Is there any correlation of team success and tight end success? It's more that the tight end position is just a hard position to find good players at. All right, hey, here you go. I basically just got Quinshon Judkins in round 13 or round 12. Woody Marks at pick 142. We call him Quinshon Judkins light. Not a big college watcher. Had to Love and Genty compared to each other's caliber of prospects. In my mind, Love a tier below Genty as a prospect. Some people disagree with me on that. Love came out really good in my prospecting stuff, but he was also the number 3 overall pick. So it's just really hard to divorce that. I'm going to take Trey Tucker opposite Jeremiah Love and Michael Wilson in week 17, that Las Vegas, Arizona game there. So I'm 16 minutes behind, and I cannot allow myself to fall for Cyrus Allen. Yeah, it's very real. Yeah, I mean, if you do look historically at some of the greatest tight ends, I mean, Gronk, Kelsey, Jimmy Graham. I have a plan. I have a plan, Jake. Don't broadcast it to everyone, but I do have a plan for third quarterback. I do know I need one. By the way, the Chow, a lot of these smaller formats, they have 4 through 12 advanced. Just making sure you guys are checking, but it is only 2 out of 12 advanced, by the way. So if you were drafting in the $50 Chow, make sure you know it is basically a Best Ball Mania style structure. So be careful. Do I have an offensive rookie of the year prediction? If I was going to bet on someone, I would probably bet Tyson. I don't even know the odds. I would guess Tyson's like 20-1 or something. That feels about right to me. My plan is not Taylon Green. Taylon Green is going to be a very fun preseason DFS play, though, if you're into those sorts of things. True, 2 of 8 to get to week 17 is pretty nice. I mean, it's just a smaller style draft market. Only 5,000 entrants. Price, I don't think can get enough. I have Genty ranked ahead of Saquon, but I would be happy. Well, okay, never mind. I would not bet Tyson at 6-1. That is no good. I am not bumping Evans at all. I don't really think Pearsall impacted him much. Does more or less advanced change ADP? It's more about, to me, kind of how you structure your team. How many Josh Allen, James Cook, A-Chain teams have you drafted? Probably none. Probably none, if I had to guess. All right. Well, I did not get a chance to Stribling about Stribling. It's unfortunate. Heading to pick 166. I mean, this is just a big ADP drop on Jawan Jennings, I guess. I will just dip a Reno scoop on Jawan Jennings there. No rookie quarterback starting week 1, so the skill guys are priced up. Hate that. We don't think there's currently any number 3 running backs that can just take over the job anywhere, correct? Just take snaps from the 2s. I don't think I'd say that. All right. Well, I ran out of quarterbacks, so I'm just going to take Jacoby. Jacoby should definitely be starting in week 7 or week 6. If Jacoby can't make it to week 6, I guess this team is dead. I don't think Mendoza will start week 1. Yeah, Claiborne could. I think once you get to the 120s, anyone's safe for Stribling. I think in the 120s is totally fine for Stribling. You guys disagree on that? I think 120s is fine. Like once Concepcion goes, I think you can take Stribling. Yeah, if Jacoby can't make it to week 6, then McBride is going way too early. Correct. Yeah, very, very true. No, I don't think it's bad to take Hurts and Dart and then not take a quarterback 3. I think would you take one of the top 6, 7 quarterbacks, you can easily get away with it. Stribling over Hunty is I mean, they're pretty similar. I don't really think they're kind of similar value propositions, right? Except we're more confident on Stribling playing. I might end up with 40% Mendoza if he falls from the Kirk Cousin. I mean, he already is very, very cheap. If we ignore their names, there's no reason Stribling can't be right next to Concepcion. Yeah, I mean, it's just the issue is that Stribling was not a very good prospect. Yeah, I would take CD and Pickens together. I mean, Hunter will probably have bigger spike weeks, but I just don't. I think anyone who has a really, really high degree of confidence in Stribling is or in Hunter is probably misguided. Like, I don't know, you don't know, Liam Cohen probably doesn't know, Hunter probably doesn't know, Trevor Lawrence probably doesn't know. Like, what is the regular season going to be like for the team? I mean, we just don't know. We just do not know. All right, I definitely need another running back. Curious to see you, Mr. Patrick Barnes YouTube takes here, but I'm going to take someone that Sam Sherman called the best pick on the board. Career 2.3 fantasy points for Marshawn Lloyd. There you go. Burrow, Goff, Jacoby, Jeremiah Love, Bhayshul Tuten, Ramondre Stevenson, Woody Marks, Marshawn Lloyd, Jamar Chase, Malik Nabers, Jamison Williams, Michael Wilson, Trey Tucker, Juwan Jennings, Sam Laporta, and Dalton Kincaid. Strib will have between 0 and 1,200 yards. That's true. That's true. BTJ mega crash out. Don't put that evil on Brian Thomas Jr., bro. Don't put that evil on him. All right, what are we going to do here? Tight end, Gesicki? Yeah, all right. Mike Gesicki. Why not? Why not? Having your number 3 quarterback be Sanders or Mendoza feels okay because your 2 quarterbacks before just playing you up at some point. I don't mind taking Mendoza or Shadur. I am getting increasingly Kincaid pilled. Marvin Harrison Jr. does look bad on X, the Everything app. Nothing is stopping you from taking both Hunter and Stribling. It's true. I've heard that. I mean, I would assume by today is Thursday, so by Saturday, Stribling is going to have an higher ADP. I agree. I agree in general. I think I really only take Gesicki with Burrow. All right, so total Mike Gesicki teams for me on Underdog, over 1,300 teams. I've got Mike Gesicki 91 times. So 6.6% of my teams, 91. And with Burrow, 13. Okay, so actually I lied. Well, some portion of those have got to be auto draft. My man, Mr. Sammy Stacks.
Yes, sir.
I just before this stream, I went out with the dog in the backyard and I purchased my flights to Austin.
Heck yeah, dude.
So it's happening, brother.
It is happening. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. We're like what 12 days out or something now? 11 days out?
Biggest week of your life, brother.
Dude, I mean, man, it was such a blast last year. Like just a bunch of like-minded individuals, you know?
I hope to add my goal is I would like to add 1,000 subscribers to my redraft channel and 1,000 subscribers to the best ball channel. That's if I get that by the end of the week. I'm gonna be getting too smalled by these guys though. That's the thing. I'm like, you know, Shope always jokes about big fantasy. I'm like, no, Shope, you don't even understand. There's a whole world that exists out there. We are not big fantasy, brother. These dudes are big fantasy.
Yeah. No, they some humble guys though, so I don't think you should be too worried.
We're gonna find out.
We are gonna find out.
I'm on the Flock League graphic, Better Life. So that's all I can say.
I think it's safe to say. I mean, it would be crazy. It would be insane at this point.
It would be. Who do I take here? Do I even have a bring back here? Yeah, we'll take Elijah Surratt.
Phenomenal.
All right, man. What do you I'm not leaving the house twice in a span of 30 days because I am not going to the ship chasing meetup. It's not going to work out. Next year,
I mean, the fact that they're back-to-back weekends is just.
And also it's just so funny, like why did they pick Austin?
Ship chasing?
Yeah, why did they like I know why Mason wants to do it in Austin, but I don't know why. I should ask Peter why they chose that.
Last
what do you want to do?
Miami, right?
Yeah. Do you want to do BBM or a Chow Chow?
Whatever you want, man. I'm easy. I haven't. I'm probably gonna miss out on the Schnauzer. I think I'm at peace with that.
Tough. You're not gonna go drive to the border to.
Normally I go on Friday, but to spend $60, I don't know. Normally I go on Fridays. It's probably full by the time I go tomorrow. So
you go on Fridays to go catch the Frenchie.
well, it kind of just worked out that it's just the day that works best, honestly.
Yeah.
And then it happened to be that the Frenchie is Frenchie Fridays. So
all right, Sammy. Oronde Gadsden is like legitimately in free fall. I actually just looked. My quantitative has him as like the tight end 25, so he's not buying it either. But kind of crazy.
He's not
for
like
Oronde Gadsden.
he's not a projection based bet though, right? Like I don't think.
No, he's
definitely. You know what I mean? No. Like that doesn't surprise me at all. I think that, dude, I've been like, as soon as the season ended, I'm into all the dynasty stuff, right? People were really steaming him up, like really excited, and I was completely out on it, like him being like a top 8 dynasty tight end, all this kind of stuff. But like this year, an offense that we just want pieces of. I mean, we talked about the Njoku Kolar thing when I was on last. Like, I just want pieces of this offense, and like for a guy that had 150 yards in a game last year, like, you don't need much in the 150s.
And let's be honest,
really
dude, looked really good doing it too.
Yeah,
like that's the other. Like he definitely looked the part, which I know is like kind of a small part of it. But to me, I'm like, I don't know, man. If you look the part and you get the offensive upgrade and all that stuff, I mean, I'm pretty into it. I'm about to run a stat head filter. This is my biggest request next off season. I'm gonna pester Joe about this, but I really would love to be able to do these stat head filters on the Flock site. We just have to buy a bunch of data, which feels like Mason likes data.
But we might have it all. Like
so you can do it, just not the exact way. It's hard to reverse engineer it. It's hard to do it. It's hard to do it from the numbers. There would be a way for me to do it. I'm just kind of stuck in my ways.
There's I mean, that's what January and February are for, right? Is, nothing's going on and just as many ideas as possible.
All right. I'm trying to look up rookie tight end seasons from like the last 20 years, because I bet the Gadsden comps are pretty good. I mean, we have the predictions page, which I bet for Gadsden are actually probably pretty good. We are picking at 8 in this Chow. And I'm hoping that we get. I actually don't hate taking Jonathan Taylor in these formats, because it's an easy way to hedge out of how little Jonathan Taylor we have in other spots.
Sure.
Where are you comfortable taking Nabers right now? I'm going to take JT.
Yeah, go for it. I think, back of the second round, like I think I moved him to 24 in my redraft rankings. It's sort of just like if and I don't think he ends up there. There's a chance, but I think that we'll continue to get bullish news. I just don't want to go so over. Like, I don't want to like fully steam him up to like where I'd be drafting him if he'd been, more on schedule. You know what I mean? So 24, I think right now in a tier for me with, at the end of the tier with London, AJ Brown, Nico, Rashi, is where I would take him if I was drafting tomorrow.
I think he's definitely in that tier. He's a guy I'm pretty interested in taking in redraft, where I like if he does miss 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever, it's like it's just like totally nothing, less of a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have our choice of, it looks like Henry or Chase Brown. I mean, I would definitely be Chase Brown.
Me too. Yeah, 100% be Chase Brown here.
Yeah. Shamar Stewart injured in practice yesterday, hyperextended his knee, just making the making that defense a little worse. Love that. Would be a huge bummer if the Bengals defense was actually good this year. I would really not appreciate that. That would be brutal.
Definitely not the expectation, I don't think. I think Zach Taylor said that like it was, everybody gets carted off in camp, right? Like Zach Taylor said that he'll probably be fine, miss a few weeks maybe, but yeah, no, I mean, he also wasn't very good last year. Like,
that's true.
He had like the whole contract issue, but then wasn't really good when he did get to play. So I assume you've touched on Brazzell today. obviously.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. I was drafting him late.
I
mean, he
wasn't
was one of
taking
the-
him much.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of the prospect, but
Bro doesn't believe in University of Tennessee wide receivers. Too much experience with Cedric Tillman and Jalen Hyatt.
I like Cedric Tillman actually. Cedric Tillman showed some stuff, man. But yeah, it's just rough. It's just rough. Good 18th round pick in 2027 though, for sure.
Yeah, they'll have someone. They'll have someone new and a new coach and a new quarterback probably.
Somebody new.
So I tried to run the filter for Gadsden, but from 2000 to 225, he's the first day 3 tight end to have 600 yards in a regular season in 15 years.
Really? As a rookie?
Unless I'm doing something wrong with this filter, which I don't think I am. Here, let me make it 500 yards. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. There you go. You get Aaron Hernandez, Chris Herndon, and George Kittle, who he actually had more yards than all of those guys.
And yes, he needed a Will Dissly injury to get on the field, but once he was on there, he looked really good.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The production, the snaps going up directly coincided with when Dissly went down.
You good with Olave here, or do you want to take T?
I'm T over Olave. We also with Chase Brown as well.
There you go, setting up the mega Bengals onslaught.
It kind of just works with this. The Bengals feel just like very guided by like the stack. Last year it was, do you take Burrow at 50? 49?
You take him at the 4 or 5 turn, or try and push him to the 6-7 turn.
Yeah, that was what it was like every time, because like T Higgins and Chase Brown were both kind of in that exact same range, right?
Yes.
But now Burrow kind of just goes where his teammates go, and I don't mind it. Like I think it is. I believe enough in Chase Brown and T Higgins that I'm fine. That I'm comfortable having a good amount of this where I go Brown, Higgins, Burrow, and not having the alpha. Even though, like, maybe from a game theory standpoint, it's not.
I mean,
like,
and you're getting loads of contingent value there
100%
too, because anytime Chase misses, like any play that Chase is off the field, the T Higgins targets per route run is insane. This is a horrible spot of the draft. What do you want to do here?
Yeah, I mean, I'd go. I'm fine with T-Mac. I like Terry as well. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to pulling Terry up.
Let's do Tet, because we're probably not going to take Jaden Daniels on this team. And my Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels stuff is like 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably true that you can't do anything to make people bullish on Tet. And it's his quarterback. His quarterback
Get him a new
stinks.
quarterback. Exactly. Yeah, that's what it would be. That's what it would be.
I do.
Mason, that's one of Mason loves Tetairoa McMillan this year. Is a big fan. I'm like, to me, it's like the path to really hitting on this pick. It's sort of the JSN path, right? It's just like insane efficiency in a low passing volume offense.
He would have to score. I mean, and he could score like 11 touchdowns. It would have to be, he'd have to be like really good down the field. Honestly, the thing that people are kind of memory holding about the JSN season is like their memory. They were like, oh, dude, he just had like 11 catches every single week. And it's like, no, the guy was like the literal best downfield receiver in the NFL last year. And that stuff can just be kind of noisy year to year. Not saying like JSN's a bad pick or anything, but it really would not be surprising me. In fact, Max Adams, one of the So You Think You Can Tell contestants, his audition video he misused the truth serum concept, so not shout out for that,
right?
But it was fade JSN based on the insane downfield efficiency.
Yeah. Jason's an interesting one. I feel like he's everybody's favorite like consensus top 5 player to fade. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's telling you to fade Puka. Nobody's telling you to fade Jamar Chase. Nobody's telling you to fade Bijan or Gibbs. It's like everybody's favorite. It's like, I'm going to take Amon-Ra over him, or I'm going to take, CeeDee Lamb, or whatever it is, right? And I just think like the efficiency will definitely come down. He's not going to have another 36% target share, but the defense also should regress a little bit. They were very, very good last year. And the passing volume should also go up. Like, this is one of the lowest passing volume teams in the entire league.
Judkins.
Oh, God.
Did Burrow already? Okay, no, Burrow's still there.
I would go Tate here.
Tate's fine by me. I'm I'm very wishy-washy on Judkins. On one hand, I'm like, how many guys can conceivably get 30 rushes in a game?
It's a fair point.
He's on like the real short list, but it's also like how many touchdowns is going to be scored. I just pulled this up right before you got on. Woody Marks versus Judkins last year was like Spider-Man pointing meme.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
They both had that was Andrew Erickson, I think, potentially was the one who highlighted that. I don't remember his name, but they both had 826 yards rushing. They both had 3.6 yards per carry. Marks actually had a higher success rate than Judkins.
I mean, similar quality offensive lines last year too, honestly. Like, I think that with Judkins, my worry is like he may have like 28 carries and and you're watching red zone and he's popping up over and over again because he's just grinding it. And then you look at your app and he has 28 carries for 104 yards, no receptions, no touchdowns. And so he has like 10 points and you're like, okay, so like how good is this?
He had a 3 touchdown game where he had 26 fantasy points last year.
Insane.
That's not great. It's not great. Like you want to just take Burrow? I think we have to.
Yeah, let's do it. Are your stacks not loading, or do you not have it turned on?
I just need to refresh.
Okay.
I also have. I'm building an EPL best ball tool that messes with our draft helper. When you if I was to do an inspect element on a given underdog page for my stuff, there would be so many junk lines of code from all the draft helpers and things. Like I've got old draft helpers still installed on my Chrome from like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So sometimes that can be an issue. I mean, Joe had to rebuild
the site because you had too many drafts.
The site because I had too many drafts. It was causing the whole best ball page to not load because it wasn't built for people with 1,600 teams. Which, hey man,
an oversight on our part. We didn't realize what we were getting ourselves into. Clearly,
how high did you move Stribling up in your redraft rankings?
Oh God, I mean it's gonna be very interesting to see if they sign anybody. I moved Dazon Stribling to where is he? Yeah, 124, right behind Jalen.
That's right. I moved him one spot behind Concepcion was where I put him.
Yeah, man. I mean, opportunity. Like I ship chasing yesterday was phenomenal, by the way. That was a long program. There's a timestamp. There's a timestamp that says Peter left for an hour and a half to go do another show, and then another timestamp that says Peter came back from hosting his other show to come in the stream. Yeah, incredible. But really good conversation about him specifically. Just like it's just an opportunity thing. Like we don't have, he doesn't have to be a good prospect at all, and it's like in the 170s, it's like an end of season bet, right? Sure. Now that Pearsall's out, these are the offenses where whoever is, whether it's Kyron or Jordan Mason or these guys who probably aren't that good, the opportunity in these offenses just lifts everybody. And
I'm not going to move him that far back down when Deebo signs. I'll definitely move him down a little bit when Deebo signs, but I'm not gonna nuke him from the orbit. I don't think. I think maybe I'd move him down 10 more spots or whatever, because I think the value proposition is more or less the same.
Sure. Yeah. And especially with Kirk out too. Kittle starting the season slow. Yeah.
I think we should just take here. I think we should take Rico Dowdle here. Or Corum. I'm kind of done with Chuba, honestly.
That's fine. Yeah. If you want to I would go Rico then.
I think
this is my least favorite range, by the way. It's horrible. End of this round on this side of the board is my I hate it every time I get on the clock and DK Metcalf's gone.
Yeah, it's all bad there.
It's awful.
Now, if they sign Diggs, that's really bad for Stribling. If they sign Diggs is really bad. Yes, I have been clicking Chuba a lot, and I realized that what I was doing was I thought I was getting big ADP values, but what I'm really doing is
getting the new ADP.
I'm getting the new ADP. Yeah, I took him at 90 the other day, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. Brooks went, and I'm going to take Chuba. And then I was like, you know what? I don't need to be the bag defender on Chuba Hubbard at pick 80 because I don't even really believe in it. I do think Brooks is the guy you want in that backfield. So why would I bag defend on Chuba Hubbard?
Yeah, I'm gonna once he, in 2 weeks when he settles, I think I'm gonna take like a lot of past pick 100 Chuba.
Yeah, pick 90, pick 95 Chuba is fine, but I don't want to be the guy defending pick 80 Chuba. Yeah. I mean, he's still there.
Filter off the running backs. Filter off.
I was gonna say, but Brooks is also still there. I think Downs.
Yeah, no, I like Downs here. If we're making the JT bet.
Yeah. And that sets up time. So we've got where are we? JT, Chase Brown, Tet, Carnell Tate, Burrow, Dowdle, and Downs. There you go.
Our wide receiver room, the average height. Yeah, exactly.
Catching a falling knife.
100%. 100%. The average height of our receiver room was far too large. We had to.
You need a water bug, man. You need one of the smaller guys these days.
Where does Josh Downs go in the first draft after Keenan signs with the Colts?
So I'm thinking like redraft. I'm starting to try and change my brain to redraft mode. I'm thinking first draft after Keenan signs. I think he goes at pick 119.
Okay. Yeah.
Keenan is like built in a lab to be really, really bad for Josh Downs.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's completely perfect.
It's so uniquely bad for him because they run like the exact same routes in the exact same part of the field.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, really bad. And it sounds like it's gonna happen too.
The psychic connection.
It really, yeah.
Mason was, I was watching, I briefly popped on Mason's stream yesterday and he was like, somebody in the chat, he was in the 18th round and somebody goes, take Keenan. And he's like, dude, I'm not taking Keenan. I was like,
Mason's playing it by the book, brother.
What are you doing? He was, you know what? He was, I think he had like 25% J.K. Dobbins last year before he signed.
Ball knower.
But he doesn't want to do it this year. He's just not interested in the CLV this year, I guess.
I mean, Keenan is, to be fair, Keenan is 1 billion years old.
He is 1 billion years old, but there's too much smoke, man. Like, is there ever this much smoke and then it doesn't happen?
Mason has 15% Ayuk. That can't be real.
He had fully believed that he was going to sign. He fully believed.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is also horrible. I mean, Pitts. Rashad White.
I'm fine
Jacoby.
with Kyle Pitts or Michael Pittman here.
I guess what's another Michael Pittman share? Michael Pittman Jr. is if his ADP doesn't move, he's legit threatening to be my most drafted wide receiver over like the last like 40 days or whatever.
Let me see if I think he is mine in post draft. Oh no, Waddle's got him. Waddle's got him by a few percent, but he's third.
Waddle having him is fire.
I was slam. Well, here's the thing. Like, I'd take him in the middle of the third. So I was slamming him at the 4 or 5 turn, and I'm still taking him a lot.
I mean, he went at 37 in this one.
Yeah, good pick. I mean, I think I would take him. I'd easily take him ahead of Garrett Wilson. Like, it's not even close. I'd rather have him than Olave. I don't see a huge difference in him and Devonta Smith. That one is one.
No, I don't really either.
Everybody finally realized. I mean, we've talked about it, how the tier is so flat after that, like after Rice. But yeah, everybody collectively realized like this is kind of insane how underpriced this guy is.
It really is. Yeah. It like,
and now it feels a lot
he should have never been going after Jameson Williams. All due respect to Jameson Williams.
Yeah, completely insane.
I think this is probably a Washington running back, whichever.
I was gonna say
whichever one.
Yeah. Would love Rashad. I'll set up.
I was gonna say I'm more of a JCM guy anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, look, we made it through 2 days of training camp without Katron Allen being the story of Commanders camp. So
that bodes well for Bill. That does bode well.
He's fading. I mean, he's also fading, like being a disaster in the passing game. The only blurb that I read from Commanders training camp yesterday was JCM had a nice touchdown reception in a red zone drill where he made a defender miss and cut to the pylon.
I saw Gretsch today tweeted there was a Keaton Mitchell sideline catch.
Yes. Yep. Yep. I mean, I got my Google alerts on for that. Yes, this is what I read. Running back JCM outraced linebacker Sonny Styles.
Oh my gosh, get out of here, dude.
Sonny Styles to the edge for a catch from quarterback Jane Daniels. Ran it in for a touchdown in early red zone team.
The freakiest linebacker prospect of the last 10 years.
JCM is legit. We're gonna run back the same JCM outcome from last year, where he ends up being a 7th round pick by the time we get to September 1st. It's gonna be the exact same thing, dude. It's gonna, like, what's happening with Jonathan Brooks and Chuba Hubbard is gonna happen with JCM and Rashad White, where White's gonna fall, JCM is gonna rise. And you know what? It's gonna happen when there's going to be the Athletics going to put out their depth chart projection, and they're going to project Jeremy McNichols to make the roster ahead of K-Tron. And they're going to say the team's going to hope to snatch K-Tron on the practice squad. I guarantee it, dude.
God. Yeah, that'll be disgusting.
This is horrible.
I mean,
I just always take digs here. Coker,
I'm fine with that. I really like Shaheed too.
All right, we'll do a little Shaheed hedge. Guys, this goes for all of you. Be careful with the 20-second clocks when you're sitting there. If you don't have ranks in, be careful, because you're going to get Pearsall. There are a lot of people not intending to get Pearsall right now who are auto drafting Ricky Pearsall. I feel bad for my fellow dads out there who are like, oh, I'm going to draft a team while my kid's playing on the ground. Oh, I gotta go do something. Oh, I auto drafted Ricky Pearsall. Shout out to, because that's definitely happening to people out there right now.
100%. Is he like, the latest report was that like they aren't optimistic that they're going to get anything from him in 2026, right?
Matt Makosho, I never know how to say his last name. He said on his podcast today, it's rational, logical, and reasonable to not expect Pearsall to play this year. Yeah.
Davis, we have a new Nabers video from 6 minutes ago.
Oh man.
Underdog NFL.
Bet he looks great.
Oh, the cut. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, that is
I feel so bamboozled by Jordan Renan ever suggesting that he wasn't going to play, knowing that this is what he looks like.
Dude, all right. Who was like telling him stuff, and like why?
Do you want to do Ward or should we do Dimes, because we have the two guys?
God, I'd probably take Ward here, but I think that, God, I don't know.
There's probably a small chance that Dimes, because we have Downs and JT. There's like a small chance he gets all the way back to us.
Well, and Alec Pierce is on the right as well. Tyler Warren's on the left. He's got Mahomes, Baker. Yeah, we'll see.
So it's possible. All right, underdog NFL account.
Yeah.
All right, underdog NFL. Here we go. New Nabers route, everybody. Man, there's like no muscle atrophy in his legs or anything either. Oh,
dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh God.
Yeah. I would say, what do you think the odds are? What do you think the odds are the Best Ball Mania team has already been drafted, the winner?
I don't know who said it yesterday, but I completely agree that like it's an 18 leg parlay. Like there's too many factors for that to be a guarantee. Now, let me see. Can I see if I've drafted the Best Ball Mania winner already? Let's look through, see if I have any insane. Because there's a chance somebody has Waddle Nabers at the 4-5 turn.
For sure. I would guarantee.
Yeah.
I would guarantee that exists. I think he should probably, like, for real, if we were drafting clean today, he should go right with Jefferson and Lamb, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he probably would. Like, he'd probably go right behind them, I think. Like, it is fun to have a wide receiver in that, sea of green, though. Like,
it's just one of those things. It's just kind of annoying, though, because there are better teams than you drafted out there. I want to see how many BBMs I have because I knew I only had like 10% of him, but I am hoping that a lot of those are in like side like
what I'm remembering now, and I'm so annoyed by this, is that I was like of the mindset that he was gonna fall because the reporting was so bad. I was like, he's not gonna stay at the end of the third. He's gonna fall further. So I was like, I'll take him in the time box stuff. But BBM, I'll get my exposure in August. Well, you know what? That's cooked. So
all right, we got to take a tight end here. I would like to nominate Sadiq actually to give us another quarterback.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, I guess the Warren team took Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
they didn't. He fell one pick further and then got snagged.
Tough.
Or no, it was
Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys Giants week 17.
And
so
week 1,
I have.
Too. But yeah, that's a really good.
I have 9 BBM teams with Nabers at that price and 12 DK Millies with him. I'll take it. Can't complain. I guess it's true he's not out of the woods yet, but he looks pretty out of the woods to me.
The thing is like we're talking about this and it's July 30th. And
right.
we're like he looks like he could play football tomorrow.
He does look like he could play football tomorrow.
5 weeks
That's
out.
True. Yeah. Yeah, so, he's got time.
Yeah, he's got so much time. And he already looks
proving that the gray market Chinese peptides are
maybe Zach Charbonnet is playing week 1. I mean,
wow, all the tight ends just got deleted.
Damn.
Deebo's still there. Stribling is long gone. Algier I don't hate. Kamara I don't hate.
Algier I worry about what they're talking about with Connor.
Yeah,
I'd go
great. Tank.
I'd go Tank over all these running backs or Deebo if you want to go wide receiver.
Well, Deebo is probably a good pick because I need to hedge out a little bit how much Stribling that I'm taking.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that is I'm like legitimately fading that now with how much I've been taking Stribling.
Yeah. Yeah. Algier with just like he was good last year on like what was like a little bit of a better offense, maybe not even though. So I don't know, but what they're talking about James Conner, how like, we're excited for him to come back. So he could obviously get moved, but if he doesn't, then it's just like such a clusterfuck there.
Yeah. Yeah. What if Pearsall does the gray market Chinese peptides? Okay. Haven't heard anyone float this yet.
Why hasn't he done them already?
Pearsall gets the surgery today, gets the gray market Chinese peptides, and is ready to play by like week 10.
Maybe he's a good pick. Maybe he's this year's Christian Watson.
God damn. Okay, what is Deebo's ADP if he signs with San Francisco? That is actually like a legitimate good question.
I think he goes. I mean, I'm probably taking I think he's
like with Shakir and Coker.
That's what I was going to say. Him or Shakir. Like, I don't see is he that different than Jacoby Myers in that situation?
It's really just a degree. Like, he was not very good last year. He grinded out 11.5 fantasy points per game because McLaurin was banged up.
But also,
he was playing with Mariota. So it's just like, well, okay, I don't really know. I mean, it's not great that a team that needs wide receivers as bad as they do let him walk. I think we should take Helm probably.
You want to do Gunner? Sure. Yeah.
Man, these numbers. Like
Gino went, so we're
oh shit, so we actually are screwed.
Because maybe we should have gone Rodgers instead of Deebo.
Honestly, I am starting to feel this. I am getting sick of clicking Deebo and Diggs every draft. Like it doesn't have anything to do with who they are as clicks. It really doesn't. It's just that I get in particularly because I'm in a billion slow drafts.
Yeah, me too.
And I will just go through these drafts. And I'll be like, I just took Diggs 7 consecutive teams.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I got to start taking Coker and Shaheed and stuff like that because I'm going to end up because the way the slow puppy works is you just end up making the same pick over and over again
because you entered all the drafts at the same time.
Because you entered all of them at the same time.
Exactly.
So you're just absolutely cooked.
Well, the thing is, I have 17% Diggs. So like I take him a lot, but I also like really like I take a lot of Shaheed. I really like Omar Cooper and Travis Hunter, who I will like frequently pull up. So I don't mind this range as a whole. Whereas like Deebo, everybody sucks.
So we should either take Freiermuth or Brissett as our third quarterback.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go Brissett then. I think we do need
because this contest, the Chow, I normally the higher stake stuff is 4 out of 12, but this one is just 2 out of 12. So I'm thinking 3 tight ends, 3 quarterbacks, still pretty good there.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
It is going to feel whenever, like, as long as one of them doesn't sign with the Ravens, which you're fading pretty hard.
Yeah.
Wherever they sign. I mean, you can, the other 31 NFL teams, it's all fine as long as it's not the Ravens. If it's the Ravens, you're like, well, shit.
But I think that like, does Diggs fall if he signs with the Ravens? Surely not.
He probably stays. I mean, he would rise a little bit, but he would not be a target for me if he signed with
I
them.
would just not take him again. And then I'm like, I'm fine with my 17% at, well, it would obviously decrease, but at ADP. Like, I don't think it's the end of the world, even though it's not like the best run out possible.
It's really bad for Deebo. If Deebo signs with the Ravens, I think it's really bad.
But again, like, it's a 14th round pick, like I don't think like, Isaac Tesla, Juwan Jennings going right around him.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah. It's like, okay, what I missed on Isaac Tesla.
Yeah.
So I had taken Chris Bell a little bit in the pre-draft stuff, but there was the quote from Jeff Hafley that like, they're saying he might just be ready. So I guess we just have to recontextualize everything we know about
injuries,
about ACL injuries.
Well, so
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, like I was mostly out just because I don't like the idea of a rookie missing a ton of camp, boarding
on a terrible team,
all that kind of stuff on a terrible team. But then I think it was Sam Sherman on something. He kind of changed my mind on that. He said like, are they gonna really be that married to making sure Tutu Atwell is on the field and like Jalen Tolbert? Like they're just gonna, even if Chris Bell doesn't know the offense, they're just gonna throw him out there. Like. Yeah. What's the reason it's going to be a lost season? They're just going to want to see what the guy has. It's not going to like they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot.
I like Denzel Boston. I think Denzel Boston is a good pick.
Nobody talks about him though.
All right, take your pick of these running backs.
Jeez. God, give me Emmett Johnson.
Emmett Johnson works. I've been taking him some, and I've also been taking Kalen Black. With the rib fracture for
I just know
Jordan
that's
James.
Not going to work though. Like it's like
it's definitely not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. He's definitely not going to play at all. But for like 2 weeks, he does feel like running back too.
The Niners are totally trading for James Conner.
What if the Niners trade for Jerry Jeudy?
That'd be fun.
That would be, dude. That's good for like everyone's bags. That right there helps. That helps the Concepcion bags. It helps. It's not great for Stribling, but it's pretty. I mean, it's not even that bad for Stribling. Then it's just Stribling just has to beat Christian Kirk out.
Jerry Jeudy on the Niners or Michael Wilson.
Jeudy.
Yeah. That would be an insane. That would like that. The contrast in situation there is absolutely nuts.
I agree that Jordan James was the 49ers backup, but he broke his ribs yesterday.
Yeah, a little rib fracture, not.
Yeah,
great.
Shanahan just trades a conditional 7th to get Kendrick Bourne back. All right, man. give me a tight end.
Let's go the big fella. We don't have 2 week 9 buys, do we?
No, we don't.
Okay, yeah, chilling.
Big fella. All right. Joe Burrow, Cam Ward, Jacoby Brissett, Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, Rico Dowdle, JCM, Emmett Johnson, T. Higgins, Tetairoa McMillan, Carnell Tate, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr., Rashid Shaheed, Deebo, Sadiq, Helm, Washington. Not the best tight end room I've ever drafted.
It's not incredible.
In my life.
It's not incredible, but I think Sadiq is like just such an easy pick, man. Like so easy to make that click. Like
if he was, athlete. If he was a wide receiver like we would be counting that 16th overall draft capital so hard. Like, look at some of the names that went ahead of Kenyon Sadiq.
Why is Omar Cooper I think Omar Cooper's a phenomenal value too, but like, should he really be going ahead of him?
Jalen Naylor, Juwan Johnson. I mean, the Isaiah Likely stuff.
McMillan.
People have lost their minds with Isaiah Likely, dude. Come on.
It really is nuts. It really is. Yeah. It's just like new situation thing.
Are you streaming tonight?
Saturday.
All right.
Saturday. Yeah.
What's the old video schedule like on the Sammy Stacks channel right now?
Weekly, normally Monday or Tuesday. I'll have something coming out. I had a redraft strategy video come out on Monday, talking about the running back landscape and, rising, all the prices are up and all this kind of stuff, profiles that we like, profiles we want to avoid, all this kind of thing. So I was proud of that one. If anybody wants to go check that out.
There you go. Go check out Sammy Stacks Fantasy on YouTube. I've got redraft videos coming out every day over on my redraft channel, the Matic Fantasy Football channel. Make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with all of you guys tomorrow.